Welcome to Nugget 7 with Steve Grohman. We had the marvelous opportunity to hike to the community of Supai on the Supai Indian Reservation along the Grand Canyon, way west of the hustle and bustle of the national park. After hiking 8 miles, we found ourselves walking into the third world. There were 2 churches in the tiny community, which was amazing since there were not that many structures. There were 2 grocery stores, a motel, a basic cafe, an elementary school, and a couple of public offices and a few rustic homes. One afternoon, we saw that the door was barely open at the Bible church and decided to go in and see who we could find.
And as we walked up, I saw that the door was just a little bit cracked open, about an inch or so. And so I just pushed the door open and looked in, and there was a family sitting up there across the other end of the room. And just fold-out chairs, just nothing extravagant about the place. But I looked in, and the guy looks at me, and I said, "Are you the pastor here?" And he said, "Yes, I am." And so we walk in, and we just sat there with him and his wife and kids for a little while, and just talking about them, about their culture and everything. It was very, very different, very primitive. Dirt roads everywhere. There are no vehicles. It's just a very beautiful setting, though, waterfalls and everything.
As we were visiting with the pastor and his family, we realized that the children didn't even understand English, and the mom became kind of bored with the conversation, and she decided to take the children out. And this little girl and I had just been kind of looking at each other, and she was smiling at me. And so as she was leaving, she was doing one of those backwards bye-bye hand wave things. And I asked the dad, I said, how do you say bye and have a supai? And he looked kind of funny, rolled his eyes around and went, "We don't."
And then I said, I looked at him and said, you don't have a word for goodbye? And he said, "No." And I said, "Well, what about hi or hello?" He had that same blank look, and he just kind of looking through me. And he said, "No, we don't have a word for that." And I said, "You don't say hello or goodbye or either one?" He said, "No, there are only 400 of us here. See, the whole area, there are only about 400 of them, maybe a few more of their kids that have moved on since they got older, but they're the only ones on earth." And he said, "If all we did is say hi and bye every time we pass somebody, that'd be all we do. All the roads there, all of them are just dirt roads. There's really nothing to speak of in the way of roads, but they're all just dirt. There are no vehicles. Everybody just walks." So anyway, they don't have words for that. So we just looked at the little girl and resorted back to what we started with, just doing the kind of the hand flappy wave thing, saying bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Anyway, after talking with him for a little bit, we noticed that across the, call it behind the pulpit, there was one of those big, long printer banners that used to be able to be printed. Everybody's home computer, you could print this one big, long sheet of 8 or 9 feet long. And it had Genesis 1:1 on it in their native tongue. And so it was rather interesting to see that of all the verses that it could have been, that's what they chose to put back there behind that. And so anyway, when we walked in, it just kind of meant a little extra something special to us.
Yeah, that was really cool, wasn't it? Genesis 1:1. Amen. It all starts with Genesis 1:1.
Absolutely.
Like, subscribe, hit that little bell, and tell others about our YouTube channel.